you with everything pop culture and beyond. All right, today's show, we're going to go over some other good questions. All right, it's Monday. We got to get back on the grind. We had a good weekend. We're starting off with some more questions, some more provoking thought on Blerdom. All right, first question. Which location could you survive a night in? Camp Crystal Lake or Haddonfield? Which one could you survive one night in? Which one
Make it
you
just to
wanna
the
go?
sunrise? Doctor, you want to get surgical on this one first?
I might go with Camp Crystal Lake.
Okay.
And this is only because Leatherface, he gonna chase you. And he gonna be sprinting with that chainsaw.
Now you talking Jason.
Chase.
Jason, right. Chris, yeah, he gonna chase you with the
Chris,
chainsaw. Yeah, he
Chris
can't come with the
Lake,
machete. He coming with it now.
Coming through.
Alright.
But I feel like I'm gonna get everybody else. I'm gonna make my escape. If you played the Friday the 13th game,
It was pretty good, actually.
yeah, it was pretty good.
Underrated video game. You should give it a shot.
Yeah. I'm gonna find me a way to get on the battle there. I'm gonna find me a way.
I can dig it. You gonna hide throughout the night? I'm with it.
I'm going to go next because I'm not much of a horror movie fan. But I did watch the classic 80 movies. Except Pinhead. That was a little bit too scary for me.
Yeah, right.
But Fred and Jason, I
Yeah,
watched.
crazy.
Yeah. Just something else. Some other 80s movies, like the B-list zombie movies and stuff I watched on USA Up All Night and all that. But we're going back to this question. Let me start ripping this. I'm like Brandon. I can survive in Crystal Lake. I mean, Camp Crystal Lake. Because, Jason, he's going to move slow. You're going to hear that. Plus, you're going to hear the music when he's coming.
Yeah,
You're going to hear when he's coming. So, that's why it wasn't too many black people on the movies anyway. Because we're not staying around.
I don't think anybody. I can't think of any black. I'll take the back. I think like
One black guy.
Yeah,
one black guy.
Yeah.
And he kind of held his own. Didn't he fight Jason?
Yeah, and Jason like 7. Jason takes Manhattan.
Yeah, I think
Yeah,
the
he
black
boxed
guy
him
on there
and
stopped
knocked his
trying
head
to
off.
fight
Yeah,
him.
well, he did
At least
his
he
thing.
fought back. But we talk about Camp Crystal Lake though.
So y'all go to Camp Crystal Lake. I think the only reason I'm gonna pick Haddonfield, neither one of them run. I think I'm more concerned about Jason. Always seems to be right there where you are.
Mm-hmm.
You pick the best hiding spot. Jason's like right there. I think if I was running around from house to house, you ever notice in those movies nobody ever opens the door for you? Like when you beat on the door saying like help, nobody ever opens up for you. On that merit alone, I probably would survive in Crystal Lake. I'm gonna choose Haddonfield only because their houses. I think I put myself in a position better to where I would probably try to at least see him or hear him coming. It's more options. I think I probably set more trap, more weapons to choose from. If it had to come down to me defending myself, so I'm going Halloween night in Haddonfield.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, Crystal Lake. Like I said.
Crystal Lake is what made me scared to go camping now. I'm terrified of the woods because of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's why I do summer camps. My kids want to.
Yeah. But I can see that. Crystal Lake, like I said, Jason, to me, he's the better evil guy.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But
And that's probably why he's the scarier like killer. That's probably why I'm
he's not really getting hurt that much. Mike Myers, but he's just crazy.
just crazy as the maniac.
Just crazy.
Lunatic.
But Jason, you cut him up, put chains on him.
Have you seen the newer Halloween?
No.
Where Michael Myers is. I'm gonna tell you. All right. You remember the old ones, right? White Man's Michael Myers.
Yeah,
Same
I
thing.
remember.
Only difference is the new ones that Rob Zombie wrote. The guy who played Taylor Mane, the guy who played Sabretooth in the first X-Men, he's like 6'10". Like he played Michael Myers.
Oh, man.
Absolutely terrifying. To see a dude 6'10", 6'11", that doesn't speak, straight hair and muscle, just doing whatever. He's far more brutal in the new ones because, of course, it's Rob Zombie. But if you ever get a chance to watch the newer Halloweens, Michael Myers is terrifying, and he's flipping over cars. It's pretty good.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I may have to never check him out. I just don't like hard movies. So we're gonna get to our next segment. Like coming up, at least you should know. After our first question, we're gonna do our pick one. Well, we're gonna pick one or the other. Some things good, some things bad. We appreciate some of you guys for sending us your choices for pick ones and different things, and we're gonna get to them.
We are writing those into the show. That's absolutely true.
All right. So the first pick one, I kind of came up with who you bumming or who the crunk is. 3 6 Mafia or Lil Jon and the East Side Boys.
All right, I'm gonna take this one. In case y'all didn't know, we all three are from Memphis.
Mm-hmm.
So without off the top, 3 6 don't get my vote.
I can dig that.
I still bump them to this day, going all the way back since, man, I don't even know how old I was when I first started listening.
Jeez, remember they had like the red cassette tapes?
Yes.
Oh, my goodness.
I mean, it's just going, I mean, don't get me wrong, Lil Jon, they had their place, but, man, before every game, before any match or anything, it was always going to be 3 6 getting played, always.
It's true.
Me, I love 3 6 Mafia. I grew up on that. I'm from Memphis, like you said, we from Memphis. I remember seeing DJ Paul at the Mapco at Brooks.
Oh, wow.
Around the corner from my house. I remember these dudes are local legends. They legends. I grew up since Paul 16, Mr. Styles, all of those. And just the greatest group ever, like Brandon said. Before anything, lifting weights in the game, as you see, I lift weights a lot with this keg right here. But when I used to, for anything, it just takes you when you need to be hyped and just need that extra energy. Like we were talking about, that extra magneto. I need to kill somebody, bust somebody's head open. Yeah, you got to go 3 6 Mafia. Tear the club up, thugs. Get your truck and everything.
I'm going to go ahead and now I'm going to say this first. Let me preface by saying this. If I'm in a club and we're trying to get hype, Lil Jon can do the trick.
No,
I'm not hating. However, just maybe it's because I'm from Memphis, but I have seen more fights and more clubs shut
Tear
down
the club up, though.
over 3 6 Mafia songs. It is no question. I think, and to be honest with you, I can't think of any verses. I can't openly quote like any verses from Lil Jon. I know he got a couple of cool catchphrases. I can rip some whole songs from 3 6. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta go 3 6 on this. I think they got the harder beats. I think they come in harder. They don't have a need for the hype man kind of rap. I think they're a little bit more, like they definitely more gutter, more trap, more hood. So
in tune,
yeah, it is what it
literally
is.
in tune. Juicy J, DJ Paul.
That's true.
Project.
Even our news, even down here in our news stations pay homage to 3 6. Okay, they still make 3 6 jokes, lines, stuff like that on the news down here. So
They're in the Memphis Hall of Fame.
that's true.
I throw one in there. All right. 3 6 Mafia. I value them more than Biggie and Tupac.
Oh yeah, oh definitely. And I'm
For
gonna
me,
be honest
when
with
it
you.
comes to rap, even
Oh,
just
yeah.
the rap, I'm
Yeah.
sorry.
Yeah, and I'll be honest
I
with
know
you. This is why.
people always talk about Biggie and Tupac, and I'm like, yeah, you know what? I'm from Memphis. I know they're because I'm local. It's not because I'm local even. When I went to college, man, people like, man, you got that 3 6, you got that 8-ball and MJG. For people who are not even from Memphis, Play a Fly. I had a white roommate
Jeez.
from Memphis music alone. Not only 3 6 Mafia, but Al Green. He taught me about Dave Matthews Band, but I taught him about 3 6 Mafia, Al Green, and all them.
Now, I got a close friend of mine.
Okay.
He sleeps on Play a Fly. He does not like Play a Fly.
Oh my God.
Cause
Another Memphis
I always talk about Fly, but he sleep on him hard. He knows me. You know, I ain't gonna say his name, but he knows.
3 6, like I said, 3 6 is just the reason I'm gonna go with the Biggie and Pac thing. I feel it is because we grew up in the same city, us 3 6, so I can relate more to what they were saying. The Biggie and Pac thing, I really got into because it was just like this national thing that was happening.
Yeah,
they were
everybody
just
was talking
big,
about
they were getting more.
Beefing and all
Yeah,
that.
and even Ball and G, I can't think of the name of the song "Lose Me," but he said that was the time people looked over Tennessee and Memphis and didn't know rap was in it, and we had them. You know what I'm saying? We had guys like that.
They looked over the whole South.
The whole South. This is before
Outkast,
Atlanta and trap and all that stuff. Man, before all that stuff.
Scarface, they still so, Scarface.
They knew about what's the name, Luke and them.
Oh, yeah.
But you know, even though
but Luke was really more on because of his videos were racing.
Yeah.
People could probably quote none of his music. You know what I'm saying? It was like that hype man, like Lil Jon. Like that, you know, kind of get you hype, kind of get you going. But yeah, versus in this right here is to me, it's no question. It's 3-6 all day. It's not even close.
Right. Anything else to add?
Oh, not to that one.
All right. Going on to our next one. The slushy versus the milkshake. Which one?
Gotta go with the slushy, man. Just had one on the way over here from Sonic.
Mm-hmm.
Grape slush.
Okay, now here's a question. Are you going slushy or are you going icy? Or do you consider them the same thing?
I kind of consider them to be the same
Okay,
thing.
I can dig it. I can dig it. The only reason I'm gonna pick milkshake, and I'm gonna say because when my milkshake melts, like
who's milkshake though? Because if you talking about like Chick-fil-A's milkshake, that's different than.
I'm like a Sonic.
Yeah,
because there's so many variations. Like they got a thick one. It's just like so. But when that melts, I can still it's like still like ice cream. You know what I'm saying? Like usually when a slushy melts, it's like that syrup, like that extra sweet.
Yeah.
Now if you're talking about icy with the polar bear icy, I'm like icy is probably one of my favorite like snack beverages ever, like ever. But if we're talking about a generalization, I gotta go with the milkshake too. So it's a lot more things you can add to it besides nerds and candy. Like other than chocolate, it's so much stuff you can do with a milkshake.
I've always been big on like the shaved ice, like you get at the game.
Oh my god, like Hawaiian shaved ice?
Yeah.
That's in the class.
Them just-
Now if
ain't
you had
nothing
snow
touching-
cones,
ain't nothing
I'm going
touching
slush.
on
Yeah.
them. Nothing touching on them.
All right. I'm going milkshake. Only because it's to me, it's got a better flavor. But if the milkshake is just too thick, it's just not enjoyable.
Yeah, I feel that.
So
You try to suck it like the straw flattened out.
Yeah,
on you.
that's
That's
too
too
hard.
hard.
and I ain't got
That's
them
too
jaw
much.
muscles.
I
I ain't
feel
made suck anything. So I
No
just,
damn ginger.
hey, milkshake has to go classic strawberry from McDonald's or something. When their ice cream and milkshake machine works.
I was just about to ask what's your favorite flavor. So you pick slushy. What's your favorite slush?
Favorite slush?
Favorite flavor.
Probably go strawberry.
Okay.
Strawberry.
Which is weird because that's mine in milkshake too. Strawberry is just where it's at.
Vanilla, classic vanilla be my second. Well, all right. This third question on the
Second.
pick one.
Oh.
No, we still got one
Oh,
more
yeah.
pick one. I'm sorry. This third final pick one
I
is
don't
going
want
to be a
this
hard
one.
one.
I'm finna get up and I'm finna pull a doctor on this one. I'm finna get up and walk
It's
out.
going to be the Sandlot or Little Giants. Which one you going to pick?
Just pick one, right?
Just pick one.
Yes.
Pick one.
Yeah, we still in the pick. We still in the pick.
Sandlot or Little Giants.
The other one can never exist. That's how you got it. We're not talking about like if it's a movie night, which one you picking. Pick one, the other one can't exist. Let's make this hard.
Are you saying the other one can never exist? Ah, no more Icebox?
Or no more Beast.
No more Beast? Man, I'm gonna have to still go with the Little Giants, man. It's still hard, but and it could mostly I'm biased to football in a way. Sandlot, great movie. Both of them great movies, but just Ed O'Neill and it's just, I mean, it's just hard for me to go. You get Icebox and what's the little dude had
Spike.
he was doing that when he had to catch the ball.
Hot Hands Hank.
I mean, I gotta go with Little Giants, man. I gotta go with Little Giants.
Man, you know what? Since you said they can never exist again.
See that change?
You gotta make it tough.
Yeah,
you gotta make it tough.
See,
It's
I
the same
had
movie now.
my mind made up with Little Giants. But if they ain't gotta exist anymore,
See, that's the thing, because I think Sandlot is more iconic.
yeah, it's an iconic movie, man.
It's more iconic
It
than
is.
Little Giants.
I gotta go with Sandlot. I gotta keep Sandlot. Just everything about Sandlot, the collection of the baseball to all of them going out there trying to get it back from the beast, creating all the contraptions. What's his name? I had his name a second ago. Telling the story about his great the little kid with the glass Squints. Squints telling the story about the beast and lying his ass off basically. When all they had to do the whole time was go knock on the door and get the ball. But like I said, the whole thing, the pool scene with
The CPR fake.
yeah, with the fake CPR and everything. It's just everything about Sandlot. But you know, everybody kind of in America probably picked Sandlot because you know they did a whole big thing when it was like 30
years old,
or
yeah.
25 years old. They were going. They had done that for Lil Jon shit. They could, but they hadn't done
But
that.
like I
for Lil
said,
Jon
I mean,
shit.
Sandlot has always been more iconic.
Yeah,
than
it
Lil
is.
Jon. I mean, it was a bigger movie than Lil Jon.
It is.
So
Yeah,
I
it
can
was.
see
It was
why
totally.
Most people probably would pick Sandlot over Lil Jon.
This one actually was uncomfortable. I actually didn't believe it. I actually didn't pick this until last night. I didn't want to answer this question. Little Giants, like I said, Ed O'Neill was probably one of my favorite characters, not characters, actors ever. I think he's a well-rounded actor. Him with Rick Moranis, like I said, got the neighborhood kills brother versus brother trying to save the town. Well, not save the town, but you know, for his brother's respect. And then you have like the legendary, iconic Sandlot. Wow. You know what? I was gonna pick. I think I actually had Little Giants. You can see this on my paper. I had Little Giants. I really did. But you made me think about the scene. I keep forgetting James Earl Jones was in that movie.
Okay.
Yeah, I forgot. Then the Baby Ruth scene. And then at the end, how he, like, one of them made it as an announcer, and the other one kind of made it actually in the pros.
Man, look.
But I'm putting that against John Madden, the greatest coach to me
Yeah.
of all time. The Raiders don't play, and you know he bringing in all these.
All the icons, but
I'm gonna say Sandlot.
even
I say Sandlot.
yeah,
It was-
like even
damn.
when they got the tobacco and went on the
Oh,
Carnival
yeah.
ride, just threw up everywhere.
Yeah, I keep.
They-
Let's move on
when they
first.
were playing,
before I change.
The best America the Beautiful ever when they were
Oh,
playing
my God.
baseball on 4th of July. They hitting home runs and
Then you play ball as a girl.
oh yeah, everything about it, man.
You know, that was I'm with you.
Just everything.
Mm-mm-mm.
So that's gonna end this segment of Pick One.
Yeah, that's
So
right.
we're gonna
That's
move
right.
on to our second question. Second question is gonna be on your top 3 zombie movies. Now I know that's gonna be different from all of us. I don't think none of us were probably gonna have the same one. Cause like I said, I'm not a big horror movie fan, but I know they have better ones than me, so I'm gonna go first on this one and give my top 3. So my number 3 on zombie movie is gonna be Zombieland 2.
Okay.
I love a zombie movie that hey, it's just straight kick ass. Nothing really scaring. Well, it kind of is. Got some parts that might just jump out at you.
Yeah.
That's gonna be my number 3.
Okay.
My number 2 is I Am Legend.
Okay.
I think
So
it's
I
just
thought about that, but then I was like,
I wondered if they counted as a zombie
technically
movie.
they not like zombies. They
Well, I
just
guess they
like
kinda sorta-
mutated.
well,
They almost more like vampires.
well, it's
but
just
they
like
go in the sun.
well, no, well,
Kinda sorta.
yeah.
Well, I guess
Cause
they kinda
you
like
gotta
vampire.
see it
I ain't trying
just
to mess
like
the list up, but
no, but you kind of gotta see it just like what's the Walking Dead and all that.
Mm.
They kind of mutated, kind of
Yeah.
too. They got
All it is.
whatever shot or whatever messed them up. So I kind of thought about Walking Dead before I put this on the list.
Okay.
That's why I
I'm
kind of
with
did.
it. I'm with it.
I'm like, that, technically they probably were kind of zombies. So, but then my number 1 is Zombieland 1. The whole concept of that movie franchise. 2.
There were other movies besides Zombieland.
I know, but those are my favorite ones. I know y'all got. That's what
But
I
they're
said.
fun
You guys
too. They're
got
fun.
more. I'm a comedy person, so I like the comedy with the head smashers.
Tallahassee,
Zombie.
baby.
Yeah,
Oh,
Tallahassee.
my gosh.
We got another segment
Got
coming
damn
up.
Twinkies. So
Yeah.
yeah, I'm with it.
So with that segment, I got Tallahassee, I believe, versus somebody in another episode, and that's gonna be
Jack Burton.
Jack Burton. So I want to see y'all on that one. But we're gonna move on to you guys pick. One of y'all go. Zombie it out.
I'll go.
Go ahead.
Number 3, I'm gonna go World War Z. World War Z was an awesome movie. It was one of the first ones that depicted zombies in like that extra violent, like uncontrollable state. You know what I mean? They turn their
worst possible zombies. The ones that sprint.
Oh my god! And the ones that, like climb, like hit the. That was. And I was looking at the making of that movie, and the producers were saying they akin that to how ants behave. How like when ants just crawl over each other to create like their own ladder, and that's exactly what they did. That movie was terrifying. Number 2, I'm gonna go 28 Days Later.
That was a good one.
Yeah, 28 Days Later was one of the best zombie movies I'd ever seen. I love Cillian Murphy, the young lady who played in the movie, who also plays in the James Bond movies. I think she's really, really attractive, but she's a really good actor as well. It was a good. It seemed like it wasn't too Hollywood. It was like one of those. I can see this really going down. This was like a zombie apocalypse. You mean it was practical? They weren't doing anything over the top. No crazy weapons or special effects. And the rage virus, it kind of came around. It was a better origin story for the virus itself instead of like some weird just kind of happened. It was like they hyped the monkeys up to get so mad, and their blood became infected with rage. So I think that was number 2. Number 1 was one that came out very recently, but I saw it and it just blew me away. It's called The Train to Busan. I think I'm pronouncing that correctly. I think it's a Korean film, and it is phenomenal. If you have never seen this movie, I implore you to watch Train to Busan. It's so good. Without any spoilers, it's just about a guy and his daughter trying to get to safety. And the city or where they're going through is just gone to shit, and it's just it's imagine having like snakes on a plane with zombies. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a confined space. It's not like everybody running around. It's a couple of scenes like that, but it's really, really good. So those are my top 3 zombie movies of all time.
All right, my top 3. My number 3, 2004's Dawn of the Dead. This is the one with Vin Rhames.
Yeah, when they were in the mall.
Yeah, when they were in the mall.
With Mekhi Phifer.
This is my number 3. I love that movie. It wasn't scary to me. I just had enough action. It had this little comedy scenes there. The man was going kind of crazy, putting on the women's shoes.
Yeah, then he had the baby, the little zombie baby.
Zombie baby. So that's my number 3. My number 2, much like the Kraken, it's gonna always be one of my top movies. Period. And that's Zombieland, the first one.
Yeah.
I love that movie. Tallahassee was hilarious.
Just one damn Twinkie.
Bill Murray was in that genre.
Oh my God!
I mean, the movie was just funny.
That was the most messed up, funny scene ever.
It was. Now my number 1, the original, the first Evil Dead.
Oh, I forgot about that. That is a zombie flick.
Yes, it is.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
My number 1.
Yeah, Bruce Campbell showed out in that one. Yeah.
Scared the living daylights out of me as a
Yeah.
child.
Yeah. I give you that.
Even just the special effects that they had in that movie. I
What was that with shotgun? Boomstick.
Yeah.
Boomstick.
Just special effects in that movie for the time, and it was amazing what they did. And this, I got to go with Evil Dead as my number 1.
It's one of those movies that's actually still being parodied, and they're still making references to that movie to this day. It's actually a really good movie. I completely agree with that. That's a pretty good list from everybody.
Oh,
actually.
yeah.
Believe it or not.
Especially you guys, but hey, like I said,
Actually, Zombieland was on.
Yeah, Zombieland was tiny.
yeah, but past Zombieland 1 and 2. That's it for me. All right, next on to the segment. Who you got? Will we pair up? Anybody from cinema, movies, TV, even radio, probably. Put them against each other. So, the first one we got is Achilles versus Beowulf. Who you got?
I actually picked this one, so I guess I'll dive on in on this one. Achilles was the first super soldier. If you believe in the myths, he was dipped into the pool of immortality. However, his mother held him by his heels, so it's the only thing that didn't get dipped in the water. That's why that was his weakness or whatever. Beowulf's only weakness was time. If you look at in women, you know what I mean, glory. and power, which is what they're all after. If they were to come down into a fight, I have to go with the person who had no known weaknesses. I mean, Beowulf, the scene where he gets completely like ass naked and he fights Grendel, because he was like, I don't have any weapons capable of killing the monster. I'm finna meet him in his natural state. He'll meet me in mine, and whatever happens, happens. He defeated a dragon. He defeated Grendel with just ease and his wits. So surely, I think he would probably find a way to either get to that hill or I don't know. Achilles is an animal, so that's a hard. But I gotta go with Beowulf.
This was a tough one for me, but I'm gonna have to go with Achilles on this one. Cause first of all, Beowulf not gonna even know about this Achilles. He ain't gonna just go slashing at the back of his ankles.
That's true.
But I think we would agree Achilles was a better fighter.
Yes, I agree.
Think about Beowulf too, and they really put that in the movie too. A lot of his stories, was fabricated slightly.
Yeah, okay.
A lot of fabrication, so he really wasn't the warrior that he portrayed himself to be. And I think while he's doing all that boastfulness and stuff, Achilles gonna, like he did over War of the World, we gonna run up to him right there in the side of the neck, right? He gonna be gone.
Just like that.
And when he sheathes the sword, he gonna walk off, and that's what's gonna happen.
And that's the end of the fight.
Yeah, I picked Achilles. It's just like him versus Maximus when we talked about it one time. I don't even think it's gonna be close.
It wouldn't be close.
So even though I did a little research on Beowulf, like you said, I know more about Achilles, and you guys both have already said it. Plus, I don't like gladiator movies, no way.
We know
So,
this.
I let them have it. But Achilles, I did see that movie. Brad Pitt played a great role. Hey, that's that on that. But here's my favorite movies I have seen. Versus Riggs and Murtaugh from Lethal Weapon, or Crockett and Tubb from the 80s TV show, Miami Vice.
Gotta put that 80 part out there.
All out fight, who you got?
I know my answer too.
Who wants to go?
I'm going with Crockett and Tubb. Because in my...
What?
Crockett?
That's who I'm going with. I'm going with Crockett and Tubbs because in my opinion, Danny Glover is the weak link. That's what I see. I see it. I'm sticking to it. And I think he going to be the first one to go. And then they going to focus on him.
You would say the black man's weak.
Well,
There's no, we ain't gonna discriminate against anybody.
Still got melanin. I mean,
I'm gonna say, hey, Riggs and Murtaugh. I think Danny Glover. You say he's a weak link, but Crockett and Tubbs. Hey, we in a shootout or something. I think I'm still taking Riggs and Murtaugh because you got to realize Riggs was a top-rated sniper. Hell, he was hitting people from 50 feet with a 9mm. You got in a hand-to-hand, he's going to be mad. He might get his shoulder knocked out, but even at that, he could hold his own.
and let's be honest, ain't no way they beat Jet Li. We can come to the consensus on that, right?
I'm not going to say that. I know Lethal Weapon 4 wasn't the best, but I'm not going to say they couldn't beat Jet Li together. I'm not going to say that. Hey, it's Riggs and Murtaugh. I know they were old, but it could have been a better fight. We'll talk about that movie another time. I'm going to keep on the subject. Danny Glover is Roger Murtaugh, could probably hold his own with Crockett and Tubbs. I'm telling you, he can.
He'll put that big
Riggs
ass
and Murtaugh.
44 Magnum out.
Yeah, but even fighting, he could probably still hold his own. He ain't got the he was always trying to practice karate and shit, knocking over water coolers.
That's true.
But
That's true.
with them hands, Roger Murtaugh, just like with the revolver, he could probably get it done if it came down to hand.
That's what I love about my brother. He sounds like such a police officer for some reason.
I don't know why.
I have no idea why. I will say, I originally had my answer picked out, and it was just clear cut. And I thought about it, and I was just like, okay, wait a second. And I thought about it again, and I was like, if I'm going off just the characters, I'm not I can't pick Murtaugh.
Come on, man. Come on, man.
I'm so sorry,
Man,
man.
come
I'm
on,
so
man.
sorry.
Man,
Now here goes. Now I will say this right here. Here goes the flip side to that coin. Riggs could take down Crockett and Tubbs by himself. I do believe that.
So you.
But I don't know.
So if he could take down both of them, that's 1.5 versus 2.
Because then I say Murtaugh gets clipped, right?
off
Riggs
top.
has to go back to go help him out.
And then he gets
And
clipped.
he gets plugged. Crockett and Tubbs have the cooler car.
That's why I
Okay.
said he's the weak link, bro. Him being the
Man,
weak
come
link.
on now. The cooler car, the station wagon with the with the light at the top ain't cool, man.
Now we talking about Joe Pesci helping him out too. That was a difficult. I think because
Now, what
also
you could do-
I identify with Miami Vice. I just think they look so cool.
Riggs,
Yeah, they were cool.
Riggs versus Mike Lowry.
That'd have been tough. That'd have been tough.
Riggs versus Mike Lowry.
We got something similar to that. I
Mike
think
Lowry.
we got something similar to that coming up. That's gonna be fun.
That Marcus, whatever his name was.
Because I hate to
Marcus
say it, in the
Brody
Bad
or
Boys,
something like
I
that.
think Marcus Burnett is the weak link.
Yeah.
I think like if they had
So-
if they went against
So
Riggs
who
and
would win
Murtaugh,
between him and Murtaugh then? Burnett versus Murtaugh.
I'd give it to Murtaugh on that one. I think
Mike-
Marcus Burnett is that
I might have
slow.
to give it to Murtaugh.
Yeah.
Oh, come on now.
might
Because
have
look, Marcus Burnett, the character
He was
Marcus
trying to
Burnett,
talk him down.
you know what I'm
Don't-
saying? He
don't
just
do
wasn't no
that,
killer.
sir. Yeah, he ain't no.
He was a reluctant killer. Murtaugh was ready to get the job done. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
he just.
I think he'd draw that big ass revolver. Man, Marlon
Turn
his
his
ass,
head.
man.
He saw that jump.
Pull out that junk. Wow.
He saw that jump. He been got scared. Yeah, he been
Yeah.
All
You
right,
saw how he
at
reacted
least
to the
they
Texas
gave
shootout.
Danny Glover and Roger Murtaugh some kind of props. Give the man some kind of
He taking down Burnett. He gonna take down
He taking
Burnett.
down Burnett.
Yeah. Martin Lawrence is slow.
He ain't taking down Mike Lowry.
He ain't taking down Mike Larry now.
Nah,
Or if Riggs and Murtaugh turned on each other. You take it Murtaugh?
nah, definitely not.
Definitely not.
Definitely not. But I throw him in at 44 versus Riggs. Then he might have a
Okay.
chance.
We'll see. I like that one.
Murtaugh ain't even taking down Axel Foley.
Oh man,
That was another one we could have done.
that's messed up.
He just messed up.
Cause Axel ain't even a fighter either.
Shoot.
Axel might get 1 or 2 punches and push somebody or something, but I ain't really.
He don't have anybody to learn from.
Yeah, he ain't never just.
Murtaugh learns from Riggs. I guess that's the way. Like, he was trying karate,
Yeah,
right?
now he could shoot. Yeah, he tried to
He
knock
tried.
out the water cool. All right, we get into our third. Who you got? Inspector Gadget versus Solo. Mario Van Peebles from the Solo movie. Who you got? And we are talking about Inspector Gadget
The Inspector Gadget.
from the cartoon.
Now, assuming he's armed to kill now. Because Solo's coming for death. We ain't talking about Inspector Gadget with a
Not
damn
the one with
fan blowing out his head. We ain't
What
talking
was
about
his
that.
line on the live action?
Oh my, Matthew Broderick.
Yeah,
that was
Broderick,
a horrible
yeah.
movie.
We ain't talking about
We ain't talking about that. We
But-
talking about
You know, I might have to give it to Inspector Gadget. Just because of the tools that he has. I mean,
It's kind of unlimited coming
Yeah,
out there.
yeah, true.
and I mean he can fly. Solo gonna be running in the jungle,
Yeah.
sprinting around or
I feel
whatever what he doing.
okay.
Like, I know it was a cartoon, but I would think he had some type of high, heavy duty firearm that he can
I would hope so.
Yeah.
You would hope
yeah,
so.
blow a hole in Solo's chest. So I'm gonna have to go with Inspector Gadget on that one.
Me as well. If you arm him to kill, and you turn that you flip that switch, you talking about, like you said, an unlimited thing of weapons. Solo is, although he's an awesome character, alright movie, awesome character. Being just super fast and super strong is not gonna be enough. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about a person who's pulling out 2 or 3 gadgets at a time, you know what I mean? Like it's too much. I will have to go with
Like
He
I
can
said,
always keep himself at a
Yeah,
distance.
just
Always,
say he
always.
just get away from Solo. He
Mhm.
pop that helicopter down, fly backwards, whatever. All right, I'm going Inspector Gadget also. It's I'm not gonna explain. They've explained it all. But what you think about the theory that Inspector Gadget is Dr.
Is Dr. Claw. I've
Oh,
actually
yeah,
heard
I've
that.
before too. Yeah.
That's actually, it would make,
And Penn is trying to stop him.
Yeah.
He's like a clone or
Yeah,
something.
he's trying to
Penn
stop
is
him.
trying to stop him. Because we've never seen Dr. Claw's face.
never. Never. You
Just
always
that
heard
hand.
the voice in the hand. You know what I mean? Which is weird because that was a better villain than tons of the other '80s characters. Like he was just a hand and a voice,
Yeah.
right?
And
And what was
And the cat.
and the cat, right? What was the name of his Mad?
Mad, yeah, Mad.
Yeah.
Mhm.
So yeah, I would totally go. I mean, like I said, he would expect the to get a couple of them gadgets broken, but he not gonna die. I don't think he dies someday. Hell, he might have a go-go gadget defibrillator. You know what I'm saying? You never know.
It's
The
true.
possibilities are endless.
He's a robot.
Mm-mm-mm.
All right, we're moving on today to our review. It's not a TV review. It's not a movie review. But today, we're going to do a game review. And with that, we're going to bring out
Booyah.
the PlayStation 5. We're
Yo,
going to review the
sicko.
PlayStation 5.
For those of you at home, for those of you who have this amazing device, you know how hard it was to secure this,
Yes, sir.
continually hitting add to cart, submitting, and just to get all the way to the final screen for them to say that they're sold out. We all three were fortunate enough to obtain this amazing device.
Give props to the villain right here. He's been on it since day one, since they put
Man.
the first microchip over in Japan
Mm-hmm.
in the PlayStation. He's
Yeah.
been on it.
Thank the Lord for Twitter.
Oh my
Yeah.
goodness. Site Supply. Shoot y'all that.
Site
Yeah,
Supply, that's
appreciate
who
it.
it was.
That's who got it.
Yeah.
Oh, I
was
got
that?
mine too, Site Supply.
He got his first. Doctor got his, and the doctor called me up, and I ended up getting mine.
But it was actually kind of funny. So the villain got his first.
Ain't this something?
And it was like maybe a week or two later.
a week or two later. I got
me and
mine
Will-
like January
me and
2nd.
Will got ours. But then we got ours from Sony Direct. So we got our PS5 before he got his. He got his from Walmart, I
Ain't
think.
this something? Yeah, from
So
Walmart.
I thought that was kind of funny that ended up happening that way. But
Which I'm gonna tell you something funny that
Yeah,
happened to me. I actually had this on tape. I actually put this on Twitter too. One day, I think it was a Saturday if I'm not mistaken. It was about 4:00 in the morning. A good friend of mine called me. He's like, "Bro, we got like 5 PlayStations here. It's like 3 people in line." So I dash up there at 3:00 in the morning, get in line. Make a long story short, the doors open. It is like a scene from Jingle All the Way, dude. We are running through the stores, jumping over stuff, knocking shit over. One dude got pushed to the ground. Fights almost started. The one guy started breaking laptops. All that to secure one of these. But I must say this, it was worth it. It was worth it. It's a big system. It doesn't. It's not a ton of flaws. I mean, it comes with 825 gigabytes right out the box. One controller. The
That's
game that
probably
comes
the
preloaded with.
Yeah,
That's
that's
probably
what
the only
I'm
flaw.
saying.
Yeah.
But hey, PlayStation look like you solving it.
with that expandable memory.
Expandable memory
Mhm.
card is supposed to be easy for anybody to put in.
Yeah. The side plates, like I don't have one personally, but the doctor, he's already started doctoring on his. He has like a really cool PS5.
Yeah, with Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, he got the Kobe Bryant one,
Kobe
right?
Bryant skin, rest in peace to the mama.
Oh my goodness. This system, I guess I go first, man. Overall, it's literally an upgrade in every possible way from the PS4, from the previous system. It's gonna have expandable memory. The games are coming out. I understand that thing. Even the games that are playable on here now, that's supposed to be registered as PS5 games, are great games. I'm into Assassin's Creed Valhalla. I got Outriders pre-ordered. I'm gonna get on that at the end of the month.
They Call of Duty.
Call of Duty, Cold War. I'm be honest with you, I'm a Battlefield guy. I'm not really a Call of Duty guy, but it is a really good game on the PS5. I played a few other games. Like I said, the run time, the load times are really short. The most impressive
The speed
thing,
difference is ridiculous.
that's the thing that caught me off
The
guard.
speed is ridiculous.
The fact that on any other PlayStation, if I want to download a game in the background and want to play a game at the same time, do this like tomorrow before it's finished. It's like it doesn't even register you playing a video game anymore. It's just uploading at its normal speed, like the
Straight
system was
smooth.
off. It's crazy.
Can't even hear the disc or
Yeah,
anything.
I'm giving this right off the
It
bat
just-
5
it just
blurs.
smooth.
Oh, that's
all the
definitely
way
5
around.
blurs.
Yeah.
5 blurs off the top.
Yeah. 5 blurs for a PS5. The games there's some games I'm looking forward to. The one I take, it's 5 blurs, but it just barely made 5 because I fell victim to one of the flaws that the PS5 does have. That's that right stick drift. I don't know if y'all experienced that in y'all's, but on some of my games, especially Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is not even a really an analog sticky game. Every now and again, like it will just, I have no control over the right analog stick. It's just like veering up, veering down. Sometimes if you reset it, blow it out, something like that, it'll come back to life. But other than that, which they are working on as well, they said it was a software issue. There are really no weaknesses in this system. The Xbox should have picked a different year to come out. They're overwhelmed at this point. I think right now, unless something drastically weird happens to the S5 in the next 2 years, this is out of reach for the Xbox One. Or what is it? The series, the Xbox One
Series
X.
X.
Yes. What do y'all think?
Man, like I said, it's great. I haven't had a complaint since I've been playing. Only thing I would give it 4.5 because of the memory, but they're making up for it now. So
They are.
when they put the memory out, it's gonna be a perfect 5 blurs. So that's the only thing I'm waiting on. I don't have any complaints.
It's a lot of awesome games gonna be coming out. So.
No.
Yeah, they need a few more games. I understand everything was made for the PlayStation 4. And a few of those games are still PlayStation 4 looking games. But by the time you get a 4K TV that have the actual compatible games for the system itself, man, it's gonna be
Picture
unreal.
gonna be crazy.
Yeah, it's gonna be unreal.
You know what else just completely blows the Xbox out the water? The controller, the haptic feedback with the adjust
Man.
with the tension on the triggers. You can feel when you're jumping, when you're running, when you take a hit. Everything comes at. It's almost like,
It's a total difference.
you know what it reminds me of? Remember the suit he wanted to get in Ready Player One with the haptic
Oh,
feedback
yeah.
suit? It's like that inside of a controller.
Till he got kicked in the nuts.
Till you got kicked in the nuts. Right. Everything is good until you get kicked in the nuts. Right. That's how I kind of look at it.
The worst ever.
But yeah, I think that's gonna be a general consensus. We're gonna say 4.5 to 5 blurs. If you don't have this right now, they're a lot. They're becoming a lot easier to get. Yeah, because so many people have them now.
People really not even talking about it anymore.
That's the truth.
Not like it was since Christmas time.
That's the truth.
That's
And get it from a retail place. Do not help the scalpers out because you're not getting a warranty with it. You're not getting a warranty. If something weird happens to it, it's just
you
yours.
Scalpers, you are the scum. Herb, I want you to know that. Buying it, you selling it for $2,000 and stuff.
That shit's terrible.
Scum.
Yeah.
I guess that's a terrible part about it. There's always gonna be somebody who's willing to pay for it.
I understand getting your hustle on
Unless
too.
you give me another one for the 4 or 300, you all good.
but You also.
You ain't gonna get one for that price.
Yeah, I know. Ain't coming down.
Oh my God, I love
Well, all right, we're almost to the end of our show. As always, we want to thank everybody for liking and subscribing. Keep up with your comments. Hey, keep sending them in. But we're on to our last, most important part of the day.
It is indeed. Today's cosplay crush of the day is going to be Beautiful Diaz 1. Of course, that's short for Beautiful Disasters, I would imagine. As you're seeing right now, this was, I was wondering where let me try this again. We were wondering what show we were going to put on. And when she replied back, the doctor was like, yeah, this Domino cosplay is very accurate and very good. But she's very, very good. I spoke to her. She said she's been cosplaying for about 10 years. Her favorite things to do, very interesting, to meet a young lady who's into these kind of things. She's into sword fighting, building things, and visual effects. You know, like visual martial effects.
Oh,
She kind of does all that. So if you go to her Instagram page, that's @BeautifulDiaz1. Look at her work. Look at her cosplays. Please follow her. Subscribe to her. Send her a shout out. You'll be very happy you did if you're just looking through Instagram. That's a really nice page to go by. She's a really cool person too. So heads up on that.
All right, like we say all the time, not only are these young ladies beautiful, but they're smart, intelligent.
You see the way they put their costumes together? This takes intelligence. These people. She says she likes to do things like visual effects. Like these, we're not just picking people because they look good in something skimpy. These people are real blurs. These young ladies are gamers. They are models. They are anime fans. They know more about this stuff than some of these guys who call themselves gatekeepers. These are real blurs. So we're not just picking them because they look good in a Wonder Woman costume. We're picking them because they're real live blurs. They enjoy this just like we do. So we really appreciate you more than you understand.
All right, we want to thank everybody gonna get ready to get off here. See you guys next time.
Talk to Larry too.
All right.